Where do you think you're going, boy?
California.
Sure, kid. We all want to go to California. My wife wants to go to California.
Yippee! I finally got my wizard hat. You know what you haters are going to say? You're going to say, well, you know, actually, the wizard that competed in Video Armageddon, not the Nintendo World Championship. Yeah, I know, but the wizard came out in 1989, and the Nintendo World Championship was in 1990. So, obviously, it was meant to be the Nintendo World Championship. It was the proto Nintendo World Championship. They were showing people what they're going to do in the next year. They just didn't have a name for it. Called it Video Armageddon. Right. So, gotta make it through, get as many coins as I can for this first try. It's going slow. Not champion I thought I was. Yeah, I know what else you haters are going to say. You're going to say, that hat is for the Nintendo World Championship NES Edition game on the Nintendo Switch. That's not for the 1990 Nintendo World Championships. Yeah, I know that too. But we're going to play that game as well. See, I know what you haters are thinking, even before you say it. Come on to you haters. I'd like to personally thank whoever went through my last 4 videos sequentially and gave them all a thumbs down all at once, one by one. Because I got 2 new subscribers from that. Because there's a thing, there's a new algorithm on YouTube that's all based on engagement. And even if it is a thumbs down, I learned that from these videos that get suggested to me. It's all about just engagement. Thumbs down, thumbs up, whatever. It doesn't even show if you give a thumbs down. The only person that knows it got a thumbs down is me, because it's in a playlist. That's the only way you can see if your video got a thumbs down, is if you look in a playlist. You can't even look at your own video and see that you got a thumbs down unless it's in a playlist. And mine's in my retro gaming diatribes, or whatever I call it now, playlist. And bravo, you even went into the playlist on my 3DO video that is currently unlisted and only in the playlist. You actually traveled into the playlist to give my 3DO video a thumbs down. So you are a dedicated asshole. Good job. Thank you. Thank you for the 2 new subscribers. I appreciate that. Shit. Yeah, it's just, used to let that kind of shit bother me, but I'm getting uh-oh. It's frozen. Okay. Getting engagement, I'm getting new subscribers. See, if you watch these YouTubers that all they care about is getting new subscribers, like they're trying to, like, I don't know, like work the system, the YouTube system, the algorithm, by like, smash that like button and make sure to subscribe. Gooey. They even say now, and if you don't like it, smash that thumbs down button, because they know that this new algorithm with engagement. So give me as many thumbs down as you want. I think it's Michelle from Who Killed Kurt. That's my theory. Who did it? Because she saw my video even in his youth. Kurt Cobain video. She watched the whole thing because she's creepy. And she She's a very vindictive person, and she went through and gave them all a thumbs down. That's what I think, because she knows who I am. I left a Facebook. I left a message on the Facebook. They should give Joe Burns a lie detector test, and she snapped back at me and she said, "I think Joe's a credible witness, but that's just my 2 cents." And that was like a little burn at the end, because that's the name of my video I made about this Joe Burns thing, was my 2 cents. It was a series, a failed series that I abandoned on my channel called My 2 Cents, where I gave my opinion. So obviously she had seen my 2 cents. So did Joe Perky, former friend of Kurt Cobain, on a unlisted video he posted. He said he had seen a guy giving his 2 cents about the situation. So, but that Michelle from Who Killed Kurt, she's bad news, boy. She like ripped off Kurt Cobain's uncle, stole his autopsy from him, and then an Australian woman was supposed to buy it from her, and the Australian woman gave her all this Australian money, and she kept the money and didn't give it to Kurt Cobain's uncle. She runs like a beauty shop, and she just bought a pack of Kurt Cobain's cigarettes and a bunch of beauty supplies with the money that was supposed to go to Kurt Cobain's uncle. So, bad news person. She's into dark-sided witchcraft stuff too, that she's like using witchcraft to try to figure out who killed Kurt. But she was obviously hired by Courtney Love to muddy the waters. It's pretty obvious to me. As soon as Eric Blanc came out with the Joe Burns revelation, she jumped on it and just tried to ruin the whole thing. But you will not keep us down, Michelle Wilkins, if that's your real name. We will find justice for Kurt. Actually, we probably won't. It's like justice for Nicole Brown Simpson and Ron Goldman. This ain't happening. That ain't the way it works here in America. Maybe that's how it works in Canada. Maybe they have a working judicial system, but not here. If you're rich and have lawyers and your husband's a degenerate junkie, you can totally get away with murdering him here. It's just the way it works in this great country of ours. Yeah, so who gives a shit? Okay, I don't think I would have been the world champion, but that is the Nintendo World Championships. Now we will move on to what this hat really is. The Nintendo World Championships NES edition for the Switch. So stay tuned. All right, I really need to get me some of them them pair of NES controllers, because this is kind of made for that NES controller, because I'm using a Pro controller. I had to remap it for this because it wouldn't let me use my SNES controller, because you can't remap it. But they want you to use B and A on the Pro controller, and that's just not the way Mario works on a Pro or SNES controller. So you need to get me some of them which one should I enter? Need to get me some of them NES controllers. $70 though. I don't. Oh, suck. Need a Pro controller, or I need a NES controller. Just don't want to waste my money. I don't pay $70. You can only buy 2 of them. It will only be really for this game, because now that I can remap the Super Nintendo controller for the Nintendo Switch Online, I prefer the Super Nintendo controller to the NES controller. Played Nintendo games, so I don't know how much I paid for this game, but it was too much. I do remember that. It was even on sale. But I paid too much for this. I know that. But got this hat for free. $6.50 shipping, but it came quick. I love this hat. Don't try to tell me it's not my wizard hat. I'm just like Jimmy from the Wizard. I got the hat. No video monsters are going to steal it. It's a reference to the Wizard. Oh, tricky little bastard. Oh, you son of a bitch. Yeah, I guess I'm going to have to play Super Mario Brothers 3 after this. Just at the part where he gets the whistle. I guess it's this stage, but no, I'll play I'll go all the way to this stage. I like to play Super Mario Brothers 3, so I know everybody's seen it, but who cares? But then the rest of my games, they'll be unrelated to the Wizard. I'll just play some random games. I've already have some picked out, good ones. Have a Power Rangers game to tell a story about seeing a Power Ranger naked. So you have to stick around to hear that story. I like how it claps for me, like I'm really in the championships. I'm really in video game Armageddon, or video Armageddon. Kid Icarus. I always wanted a Kid Icarus tattoo. I don't get tattoos anymore, but if I were gonna get a tattoo, I'd get a Kid Icarus tattoo. Because become a traditional colloquialism to associate Icarus with bipolar disorder. But technically, I guess you're not even really playing as Icarus in this game. You're playing as Pit. So it would be a Pit tattoo. So I don't need to get that. I really want a Way of the Warrior tattoo. Yeah, this game's definitely a stupid game. I don't like this game. It's just a waste of money, man. Maybe it's more fun with the NES controller. That Super NES controller is impossible to get. It's always said sold out. Always. The NES ones are always available because no one wants them. So they only can be charged on the Switch 1. And you gotta buy 2. And nobody except old people like me ever even really played the NES, so. This is boring. I don't even know what I'm supposed to be doing. I think that it's called an NES edition of the Nintendo World Championship. Because if I remember right, they had a Wii Nintendo World Championship. Can't believe it's been almost 20 years since the Wii. The Wii used to have a thing called the Nintendo Channel. It's like Nintendo Weekly or something like that, with Gary and Allison. I used to love watching that show. And my ex-girlfriend didn't like me watching it, I think because she knew I had a little crush on Allison. They're all posted on YouTube. I'll leave a link in the description of the Nintendo Weekly show. But actually, who got the last laugh? I found all these naked videos of Allison from Gary and Allison. She was in a bunch of shitty horror movies earlier in her career, and she was completely naked in them. Wonderful. Wonderful. Yeah, I went back and watched some of those. I don't know what the name of the show is. You'll know in the link. It was on the Nintendo channel. It was a weekly Nintendo show about all the new Nintendo Wii games coming out and shit. And it definitely does show its age, because people getting all excited about new Wii shit coming out. It's like, ugh, we're on the Switch 2 now, so. Alright, I've done all these. That was boring. See my results. Well, what's this? Oh, I guess like they have different competitions for the week or something. Well, I got recent champion replays. I'd like to see a recent champion replay. This is the world champion run. The Japanese player. Good job. Good job. That's a champion. I guess that makes this game kind of fun. You can see the champions work. You can see the real champions. They all seem to be Japanese. So I wonder if theirs is called the Nintendo World Championship Family Computer Edition. It's an excellent question. Yeah, they're all Japanese. Everybody that wins is Japanese. So I guess it is the World Championship. Oops. My recent results. Okay, I guess that was last week's champions. Oh, and it's showing how many players have done it. It's actually going up in real time how many people play it. I guess this game's kind of exciting. Survival mode. Oh shit. Ghost competitors. Yeah, I guess this is kind of fun. Well, I think that's the Nintendo World Championship in the background. The real one. Yeah, I'm really getting into this whole Nintendo World Championship thing. Okay, which one am I? Okay, I see myself. Yeah, this game's cool. I'm glad I got it. I definitely paid too much for it, though. I don't know how much I paid for it, but it was too much. I remember. Yeah! I'm number one! I'm number one! Fuck all y'all, bitches. I'm number one. I'm number one. I forgot I told him my favorite NES game was River City Ransom. I don't know if that's still true. I think I got this when I still had a Switch 1. Well, I still do have a Switch 1, but when the Switch 1 was my proprietary system. I have a Switch 1 in my room. I play it, but I'm all about Switch 2 right now. Oh, that guy barely beat me by 0.14 seconds. He beat me. Pretty good. All right. Just me versus Nazuna. The final round with a mushroom. Okay, Nazuna. Fuck you. I kick your ass, Nazuna. Yes! 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 I am the champion. And I don't even need the special controller. I am the Nintendo World Champion. I am the champion. Thus clinching victory. Got you fuckers. Yeah. Should we go for the gold? Should we go for the gold? Fuck it, let's go for the gold. Why not? Why the hell not? Yeah, that's definitely the Nintendo World Championship in the background. I mean, this has that Nintendo sheen. This is definitely like an impressive product. Very niche for only Nintendo freaks. Okay, I'll take third. I'm in a higher difficulty. In the gold, I'm going for the gold. So, oh, I suck. I'm out of the competition. I'm out. I'm out. Well, that's what happens when you really go for the gold. Silver, I can win, but if you want to be a true world champion in the gold division, oops, I don't mean to do that. I got all my buttons messed up. Oh, son of a bitch! All right, we're going for the gold again. We're gonna try for the gold again. Fuck it. Sure, this is very interesting to watch, but all I have to say is, she eyes me like a Pisces when I am weak. Ladies and gentlemen, Nirvana. All right, I killed that fucker like so fast, and I'm in 8th place. Guess that's what happens when you go for the gold. All right, I'm knocked out of the first round. I didn't want to do it anyway, so. Oh, I got my buttons all mixed up. Okay, try one speed run mode. Okay, well, maybe not. Maybe not. Yeah, I guess that's all we'll do for this game. We'll move on to Mario 3. Mario 3! Imagine you're at a video game Armageddon. Or you're young Jimmy. And you barely made it past the child abductor guy going through Universal Studios. But you've made it the final round of Video Armageddon against Lucas and Pigtail Girl. And an all new game. You never played it before. You know, it's been out in Japan for like 2 years. Just imagine yourself. Imagine yourself, and you have to get the most points. The Pigtail Girl, maybe named Myra. I don't know. I've seen that movie so many times. I can't believe I don't know her name. Yeah, I know this game like the back of my hand. All the ways to go. Play it with my eyes closed. See, I'm playing it with my eyes closed. Oh, maybe I can't play it with my eyes closed, but I've seen a guy playing Mike Tyson's Punch-Out with his eyes closed, and he could get all the way to Mike Tyson. He couldn't beat Mike Tyson with his eyes closed, but pretty darn good. Pretty good. Alright, level 2, level 2. We're just trying to get to the wizard part, so we're even going to skip the first whistle. We're going to, well, gotta have that, but, oh. Just going to burn through this. We want to get to the wizard part. Every time I play this game, it's like a rush of emotion, remembering my early childhood. Alright, they say this is where everyone's anxiety first began, according to a meme. When did your anxiety begin? Is it this thing? We used to go up to the screen and just wait till it went by our finger, and that's how we would cheat to beat that part. Alright, this is it. This is the part when Jimmy wins the championship. This is what sends Jimmy over the top, makes him the champion. How did he know this secret? He's autistic. He's Rain Man. He's a childhood Rain Man. Video games. That's how he knew. But after he knew, we all knew. We all knew this trick. Everybody that went to see the wizard. He touched my breast. So you touched her breast, huh? There it is. And then, of course, obligatory. Now Jimmy goes to the big sprite world. Jimmy wins Video Armageddon. I never played this level, even though this was like the coolest level of Super Mario Bros. 3. This is what impressed me the most when I saw the wizard. But I never really ended up playing this level too much, because what you do is you get both warp whistles and you beat World 2. Then you go to World 6, I think, and get the 99 lives. And then you get the then you use the whistle again to go to World 8, and you beat the game. So you bypass this whole section. But yep, that's the wizard section of Mario Brothers 3. I just thought I'd include that. But now we'll move on to a Power Rangers game for the GBA. We'll stop with this kid stuff, and we'll get into a salacious story of when I saw a naked Power Ranger. Alright, naked Power Ranger story time. I get in sound. Am I getting sound? Can't tell because there's no sound yet. Yeah, we're getting sound. We're getting sound. All right. Yes, it was from this series of the Power Rangers. S.P.D. Power Rangers S.P.D. The Yellow Ranger. Got to put in a little code to get to the Yellow Ranger level. I'm going to tell this story. I got to go all out and play as the Power Ranger I saw naked. But QZB. QZB. Okay. There it is. There she is. The Yellow Ranger. So, full disclosure, she wasn't a Power Ranger yet when I saw her naked. Became a Power Ranger about, let's say, like 3 or 4 years later. I didn't even know she was a Power Ranger until a couple years ago. But I went to this theater camp from summer after 5th grade until my freshman year in college, or summer before my freshman year in college. It was at my dad's college. It was a college course, kids acting camp, and there's these 2 girls, best friends, and they're both hot, and just knew them the whole time. I think they were there from the beginning. Maybe one of the Power Ranger might have come in my second year, but pretty much from the beginning. And one of the older kids, he's about 7 years older, because everybody in it was like, it was for kids ages 11 to 17. I don't think you should have 17-year-olds hanging out with 11-year-olds. But that's just me. And this guy kept coming even until he was even older, because they would let the college people in college like intern there and get school credit. That's what I did my final year I went. This older kid, he would have a party every year. And summer after 9th grade, he decided I was old enough to go to the party. He had a party at the end of the year for the summer camp at his house. I did not know this guy was like mega rich. He was like, his dad invented some microchip. He even had like a signed Scream mask that he bought off an MTV auction and stuff in his home theater room. He lived, I think it's called Tampa Heights. It was like a rich Tampa neighborhood. He had just to show you how rich he was, he had a fountain in front of his house. That's how rich people show their wealth, is they have a fountain in front of their house. But I mean, in my life, that don't impress me much, because I've seen real wealth. My dad almost married the daughter of H.L. Hunt, who was once the richest man in the world. Joe Dallas was based after his family. Instead of H.L., it was J.R. But he was an oil tycoon. So my dad was friends with his other daughter too, Swanee Hunt, who is a member of the Illuminati, the Council on Foreign Relations. She was a ambassador to Austria. I went to the Austrian embassy where they had like a fucking tennis court. Oh, I'm not even at the Yellow Ranger anymore. Kind of ruins the whole story. But anyway, whatever. These people were rich, but not. It's not enough to impress me, because I've seen true wealth, Illuminati wealth. But for normie people, multimillionaire wealth and giant mansions is enough to act as sort of a social lubricant, combined with a swimming pool and alcohol, to send them into sort of a Dionysian frenzy. And I witnessed that with my own eyes with the yellow Power Ranger and her friend. The party started bumping, all the grown-ups left. It was just us kids. Ages, I was 15, I think the Power Ranger was 16, all the way up till the guy who owned the house, he was 22. So it was somewhat inappropriate that we were partying with them. The 22-year-old, he didn't really instigate anything. It was the girls. They were lubricated, I guess, from just being overwhelmed by the wealth and the fancy alcohol and the swimming pool. So the into the party, once everybody's getting their buzz on and everything, the yellow Power Ranger and her friend, first they start making out, and then they take off their shirts and bras and are wearing nothing but a thong, and they're just putting on a show for everyone, making out. And then just everybody started fucking around me. I was just trying to sit there in the pool. I was drunk as fuck, and everybody starts fucking around me. So, you know, now I used to think of it as like a kind of like an awesome story when I was younger. I was like, whoa, this naked girls. But now I'm thinking about it, I think I might have been like a victim of what happens to young child actors. It was just a little bit too much of an age range. College kids and high school kids it's still that's inappropriate. And I even saw the 22-year-old guy's girlfriend. She showed her coochie to like everybody. She was showing it to everybody. And then the party went upstairs, and there's a shower scene with the Power Ranger and everything. And yeah, that's the time I saw a naked Power Ranger. Now she's a burlesque dancer, so I guess I saw her first burlesque show. But I'm not a normie. I mean, I vomited. She sat on my lap and she was like, I thought she was going to make out with me or something. She was topless in a thong and sat on my lap, but she was like, "You're a really good friend." So I saw that as, if I'm a friend, that means we're not making out. But then another girl was like, "Richie, hey, do you want a blowjob?" But I never got any. I think because I threw up afterwards. Or in mid-party, I vomited everywhere. It was just so much alcohol. Pre-Chernobyl vodka. The dad was Polish. He's probably from the former Polish Soviet Union immigrant. He's in America, letting the freak flag fly. But yeah, it was seemed cool at the time, but now it's just kind of icky. And I mean, I told my parents about it. I wish they had sued the fuck out of these rich people for that shit. But the kid whose house it was, he ended up being the assistant second director for a movie based on me. And I think that the house at the end of the movie based on me was his house, because it was like a low budget movie kind of, and it looked like his house at the end. So I think they just used his house as the set because it was a big rich person house, and it was supposed to be a big rich person's house. So once I realized that movie was about me, I'm not going to say what movie it is because a bunch of people say that movie's about them, but it was about me. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. I'm speaking my truth on my channel. Once I realized that movie was about me, and then I thought about that party and seeing that scene at his house in the movie, and I was like, wait a second. Not only is this movie about me, also some weird, creepy shit happened to me when I was 15, and I just kind of spiraled out of control for a second. That was about 10 years ago, but I've had time to get used to it. I don't really give a shit anymore. I had many inappropriate sexual experiences when I was young, but that one probably takes the cake on the craziest, like the freakiest. That it was just like a rich people house, and just seeing how crazy normies get when they see any signs of wealth. It's a panty dropper, you know. But that's just normies. I'm not saying that about all women or anything. My friend Summer was there, and she's goth. She's not a normie, and me and her just kind of just sat around, like, not participating, just kind of like observing what the fuck was going on. These people are going crazy. And it doesn't seem to bother her as much. I'm kind of scarred by it, but she barely remembers it, and she's whatever. She's a goth, so she's seen some crazy shit. She's partied a lot, but I did acid with her when I was 13, so we're both disabled now. She had a stroke. I'm insane. So we both live our lives. She has a nicer house than me, though. She got a real good deal on her house. We both spent about the same amount of money on our houses, but she got a real nice house on the lake in Tampa. We still stay in touch. I'm friends with one of the girls on Facebook. I'm not friends with the Power Ranger. I asked her for a friend request when I first joined either Instagram or Facebook. She never approved my request. I don't know if she remembered me. Maybe she's moved on. She's a big celebrity now. Or what? Maybe that time she was sitting on my lap saying, you're a really good friend, that I should have made out with her, and she felt I rejected her. I didn't like the way she smelled. Attraction's a lot about smell, and I just think she smelled bad. She just didn't smell the way that I'm attracted to. She didn't have the right pheromones. Maybe if we bred, we'd have a baby with Down syndrome or something. It was just, it didn't feel right at the time, and something smelled off about the whole situation. That's why I'm playing this game, because of the weird voice samples in it. So hopefully it has it in there. That's the whole point of the whole game. It has this scary voice. I don't hear him. Well, that's some fucking bullshit. This game's boring without the weird voice. Yeah, I can't. I'm not down. I'm not down with this. You can't play a Wizard of War without the weird voice. All right, we're gonna try one more time, because the Atari 5600 has voice for Berserk, or 5200 has voice for Berserk. So maybe it has voice for. Oh well, looks like the controller's not even working because of the weird controller for the 5200. So Wizard of War, that's a fizzle. Right, this is Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego for the Sega Genesis. It is a Electronic Arts game. Super Nintendo version isn't made by Electronic Arts, so I decided to go with the Genesis version. Does it have sound, is the question. I'm not getting any sound out of this. The game's soundless? Not have sound? You'd think you'd hear Rockapella singing Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego? Alright. Oh well. Options. No, we don't want Portuguese and Espanol. Alright, we're going to the Super Nintendo version. Alright, where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? Oh yeah, we're getting good sound now. I'm gonna turn that shit down. Had it on my headphones, but in the Sega version didn't have any sound, so I turned it up. It's up too loud. Okay, this looks exactly the same, so please identify yourself. My name to my my spy name, Rico. Male. And I don't have a security access code yet. I'm new to this. Just press start. I did press start. Damn it. I pressed start. Okay. National treasure stolen from Kittigati. The treasure has been identified as a secret recipe for pigment poison darts. Okay. Male suspect reported at the scene of the crime. Your assignment: track the thief from Kilgally to his hideout and arrest him. You must apprehend the thief by Sunday at 5 p.m. Good luck, rookie Rico. Right, Kilgally is the capital of Rwanda, a country which lush jungle terrain, which is home of the endangered mountain gorilla. Okay. You know what? I never knew how to play this fucking game. Never knew. No. Guess we'll go into the computer here. Warrant. Hobby, tennis, hair brown, feature limps, vehicle convertible, compute. Dossier. Carmen Sandiego. I guess there's a new Carmen Sandiego game where Carmen Sandiego is actually the protagonist, which is very subversive. You know what? I find this absolutely necessary. Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego Rockapella? Right.
It is now 8 minutes before 9 o'clock. We've just seen in Denise Richardson's report, millions of young PBS viewers are learning about geography while trying to find out where in the world is Carmen Sandiego. As it happens, the search for Carmen will be endless. But we have found her house band, Rockapella, and they're joining us now to sing Carmen's High Energy theme song. Rockapella, Rockapella. 2, 3. Well, she sneaks around the world from Virginia to Carolina. She's everything you make her filter from Berlin down to Berlin. She'll take you for a ride.
That's obviously the guy.
China, tell me where in the world is
Carmen Sandiego.
Steal this soul in South Korea. Make it not a cook my uncle from the Red Sea to Greenland. Feel there, singing the blues. Well, they never Arkansas. Still, we come from a jungle. Tell me where in the world is
Carmen Sandiego.
she go from Nashville to Norway, Bonaire to Zimbabwe, Chicago to Czechoslovakia and back. Well, she'll ransack Pakistan and run a scam in Scandinavia. Then she'll stick 'em up down under and go pickpocket Perth. And she put this in misdemeanor when she stole the beans from Lima. Tell me where in the world is
Carmen Sandiego.
I've been to Montreal.
Oh, tell me where can she be?
It's got Jack in it.
Botswana to Thailand, Milan via Amsterdam, Mali to Bali, Ohio. Oh, whoa. Ha, 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 ha.
Monday through Friday at 5. Girls shake lights around the globe. Thanks for the happy nation. She's a double deep diva with a taste for thievery. Her itinerary is loaded with movie violations. Tell me where in the world is
Carmen Sandiego.
Oh, tell me where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? Tell me where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? Tell me where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? Tell me where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? Tell me where in the world is, where can she be? Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? Tell me where in the world is
Carmen Sandiego.
Watch your back.
That's too bad. Listen to Daddy. This.
He's Ukrainian. This is him. This is the guy. I don't. What the fuck is this game? Didn't make sense when I was a kid. Doesn't make sense now. All right. This game. When I was looking for games, this looked promising. But I was on the Steam Deck itself using the Steam Deck controls, and they didn't exactly translate. Let's see. Oh, this translates much better. Much better. Okay, this is going to work out. This is definitely going to work out. Okay, once upon a time, there was a man who heard strange voices. Sounds like me. All right, tutorial mode. Yeah, this is great. This is working out great. I like to end on a stinker. And this is a Commodore CDTV game. It probably sucks, but it looks interesting. It's called Psycho Killer. Cuskasane. Ba 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 ba. Better run, 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 run away. Ooh, ay, 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 ay. I had sound when I was playing it on the. Right. Kind of like Snow Job for the 3DO. Wow, that's some slow ass shit. Okay. Take me out of this tutorial, please. Shouldn't have picked the tutorial. I always fucking pick the tutorial. Why'd I have to pick the tutorial? That is a pretty cool looking early 90s computer room. That's interesting to see. Yeah, this game, I got my wish. This game's a stinker, but it looked cool when I played it for a second earlier. Okay, I think, can I just get out of this, please? Escape twice, maybe? So we used to do it back in the day. Escape twice. Get me out of here. Okay, there we go. Now we've got. Okay. It's a loading screen. No. Okay. Get the show on the road. All right, begin game. God's sake. Okay, and we're getting sound. We're getting sound. I think. I heard sound for a second. Very low sound. Turn this sumbitch up. Turn this sumbitch up. Turn it up fucking full blast.
No, my name is carved in stone.
Okay.
The ground is my eternal home.
That's it? What the hell? What was that? What did I just experience? What just happened? Okay. I'm gonna figure this out. I want to know what Psycho Killer is all about. Try to play a game called Holocaust. But for the Atari ST, and none of those games seem to work. It's a waste of time putting it on the Batosetta. Ken Hank. Okay, I'm hearing something. I'm hearing something. Oh yeah, I just had to turn it up. Very low volume game, I guess. Online. So you know it's a high-tech thing because it's online. So you know it's Delta 4 Interactive. Online presents Delta 4 Interactive production during A.D. Watts. I like the music. Tracy Greisch. Psycho Killer. Kuskasing. Yeah, that's kind of shit, you know. I live for little things like that. That's kind of semi full motion video, like just still frames animated into a full motion video. That's the kind of trash that just pumps my nads. It's exactly what I'm looking for. Anyone's wondering, the CDTV was I believe Nolan Bushnell had his hand in it. I believe it was the first multimedia machine created for the TV, before the Philips CDI, before 3DO, Commodore 32 TV. It's just, if Nolan Bushnell had his hand in it, it was the first. He starts everything. I mean, what do people play now? Their phones. He invented those things they used to have in the bar, where it's touchscreen games that you put a quarter in the bar. Like, he invented Chuck E. Cheese. He invented Atari. Nolan Bushnell invented everything. He is truly the Thomas Edison. No, he's the Nikolai Tesla of our generation. He's a true hero of mine. He's probably the most important figure in my life, now that I think about it. He's affected my life more than any modern inventor. Bill Gates, who gives a shit? We're talking about Nolan Bushnell here.
October was cold. The sun brought light but no warmth, and an east wind chilled the countryside. I was driving along a quiet country lane. Suddenly, from a brief patch of mist, a car loomed up ahead of me, completely blocking the road. I had to stab quickly at the brakes.
Whoa. I guess I was supposed to use the pointer cursor to stab at the brakes, maybe. All right, we'll try this one more time. We'll try it one more time. Thought I was just kind of like watching an introduction movie, but I think I was supposed to interact with the movie. Okay, one more time for Psycho Killer. I'm calling it a day. Calling it a day. Just this one last Psycho Killer run through, and video's over. And then whatever troll has been giving thumbs down to all my videos, give me a good thumbs down. Don't forget to hit that dislike and subscribe button, and mash those notifications. And I'm Philly D. I'm Philip DeFranco, and you just been filled in. Oh, gooey. I love your faces, and I'll see you next time. Ooh, gooey.
October was cold. The sun brought light but no warmth, and an east wind chilled the countryside. I was driving along a
All right. Gotta get ready for this break.
patch of mist. A car loomed up
Gotta hit this break.
blocking the road. I had to stab quickly at the brakes. Welcome to Psycho.
Yay, I did it. Wait, did I? Or did I just press the wrong button?
You control the action and make the decisions using the cursor keys and the fire button.
Yeah, I think I just hit the wrong button. We're back at the tutorial.
Remove the pointer and press to select. Well done. When the arrow pointer changes to an hourglass, the CD is busy. Please wait for the arrow to return before selecting.
Alright, I guess that's it. Hope you enjoyed the Naked Power Ranger story.
On screen, you will be shown what your character
Gave me a little
like this.
complex PTSD, but hell, isn't anything worth telling give you a little complex PTSD? Take care of yourself and each other. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.